What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel. My name is Blaze. Today I thought it'd be a really great idea to go over the Nintendo Switch My Way commercial that Nintendo just put out a couple days ago. It's probably a little bit of old news by now, but I wanted to go through it and talk about some of the more interesting things that we've seen in the trailer. I've already seen the trailer, so nothing won't be like surprise reactions or anything like that, but we will go over some of the things that I've seen and some of the things that I noticed about the trailer. So we'll go ahead and get that started in just a couple of minutes. I'll also talk about some of the things coming up on the channel very soon. So if you've been following my channel, the few of you that follow it on a regular basis, thank you so much. But Animal Crossing is March 20th. That is literally about 44 days away. And honestly, it's going to be so cool. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch pretty much nonstop. That whole week I'll be off work, so I'll be playing it quite a bit. There's also going to be some fun stuff coming up over the next few weeks with just like some surprise tours and some discussions about Animal Crossing and some of my favorite stories that happened in Animal Crossing over the past 10 or so years. So stay tuned for some of that stuff and a surprise thing that'll be happening live on my Twitch channel in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for some of that stuff. But let's go ahead and move into the video and watch this real quick. I'm going to play the whole thing out just so you can see it in case you haven't seen it already. And then I will talk about it in a second.
So cute. Oh, butterfly. Hi, honey. So here's my house. I'm coming to your island.
Yay! Finally! Wow, this looks great, Mom. It's very creative.
Nintendo Switch is our way to play. Game rated E for everyone.
Okay, so that's the trailer. Let's go ahead and show off some of the more interesting things that have come up out of the trailer. I think one of the first things you'll see is the title screen. This is, from what I understand, this is the final title screen for Animal Crossing New Horizons. You can see in the top right corner up there, it does say version 1.0, which to me indicates that unless there's a day one patch, this is the title screen that we're going to get. It's not much different than title screens we've seen in the past. Animal Crossing New Leaf did something very similar, though I think this shows off more of the town. Animal Crossing was, I think, more zoomed in, so you really couldn't see a whole lot. This one actually has, I think, a little bit more of a overview of what's in your town, so that's cool. It doesn't necessarily follow villagers. This might be Tom Nook. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that. It's either Timmy, Tommy, or Tom Nook, and I think it's Tom Nook. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's Tom Nook, but of course Tom Nook will be wandering your town for a little while. I guess until maybe you find, like, you build something for him. I don't know, but he has like a tent that he starts the game off with, so maybe he upgrades later on. But the next thing we're going to look at is we saw the title screen. I'm going to skip around here a little bit because I think there is more fun stuff. Here we've got some items in this person's inventory. Fishing rod, net, there's stone, weeds, wood. Looks like maybe 3 different types of wood from what I can tell. We've got some branches, and then this middle thing here, I'm not really sure what that is. It looks like maybe coal or ore of some kind. Maybe stone. Maybe like a more rough stone or hard stone. I'm gonna guess it might be coal, but it's really hard to say. This little pot thing here is kind of new. I've never seen that before. So that's the inventory. Nothing really major. I think they are trying to save a lot of information about Animal Crossing so that when you play the game for yourself, you are surprised. So there's been a lot of talk and speculation about a potential Nintendo Direct coming up real soon that'll go over more details for Animal Crossing, and I don't subscribe to that. I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason I don't think it's going to happen is because I think Nintendo and the developers of Animal Crossing want to keep as much as they can a secret so that you can be surprised and experience the game fresh. One of the things that that I've noticed in the past has kind of spoiled me and ruined the game experience in some way or another has been this overwhelming like need for every detail of the game to be released. And I know that we're clamoring for more information. We want to know as much as we can, but I truly believe that not knowing is going to make the game experience better when the game finally does come out. I'm very much hoping that's what they're doing, and there's potential they might reveal some more information. But at this point, the game is 7 weeks away, so they don't need to. They don't need to show anything off. 6 weeks away, sorry, not 7, 6. And they don't need to show anything because the game's coming up so soon that it's not necessary to reveal everything about the game today, or even 2 weeks before it comes out. So, say what you will about Animal Crossing and New Horizons and what we can expect out of the next Nintendo Direct, if anything. But personally, I'd be okay if there's no Nintendo Direct. If there's more information, great. But I think patience is going to pay off when the game finally comes out. There may be some things that happen in the game where you're just like, oh my gosh, thank God Nintendo didn't tell me about this, because now I can experience it, for myself or whatever. But I understand the need for wanting more information, but I'm hoping we can all be patient a little bit. And of course, I'm trying to pull everything out of this trailer that I can. So I understand the contradiction, but I know that we still want to know as much as possible. So not really a whole lot more in that scene. I mean, you drop a bench there, which I know we already knew you could do. We've seen this clothesline hanger multiple times. One thing that's important here to note is the map. So the map is sectioned off by four different parts of the map, split up by these rivers. So that's one of the maps that we can expect for Animal Crossing. Again, I knew that there were going to be randomized maps in this game. I did a video a little while ago saying that it would be ridiculous to think we were not getting randomized maps, as another YouTuber put up a video that said there weren't going to be randomized maps. I thought that was just ridiculous and kind of irresponsible to say that we weren't going to get that. But here we are. This proves that there will be different maps in the game. This one you can see later on too, where the like right here especially, you can see that the waterfall is actually on the side, and there's two waterfalls in this town too. I know there are better screenshots. If I can bring it up, I will. It'll be on the screen for you. But I know there are probably better screenshots to use. But if I can, I'll put it up there for you. But yeah, you can see that there's like 3 waterfalls in this town. It looks like one on the side, and then we've got a couple on the top as well. Maybe just 2. Either way, super cool to see multiple waterfalls. Here's the exterior of the player's house, which you can see there's pears. Pears are coming back, obviously. These little fence things are kind of cool, and you can use them to have a makeshift path in your town if you want to, which I think is wonderful. I'm hoping that this also means that if there's a fence there, the villager won't be able to put their house there. Of course, they're going to ask you first anyway. As we've learned in previous trailers, the villagers will ask you where they should put their house, and you can kind of help them decide. So that's pretty cool. They do show off a little bit of the multiplayer, but very, very little of it. You have to really squint to see it. But you can see here that that there's 2 players in this scene. That there's one character here, and then back here there's another character, and that's represented on this Switch as well. So you can definitely tell the date, March 20th, obviously. You can see the 2 characters in the world at the same time, and we know that you can have up to 8, so that's not surprising, and nothing really brand new there that I can see right away. Let's see. That's basically the whole thing. They don't show very much. This is kind of a new scene that we didn't see. I don't know what the zoom out function of that is. I'm not sure if that's maybe the camera mode, or if maybe there's a like take a nap option or something along those lines. I wouldn't guess that is true, but there's a beach ball here, which is kind of cool. And maybe this will help you get a tan if that's what you want to do, or maybe it's maybe this is just done for visual purposes to show off, you know, the furniture or something. I'm not sure why the camera would angle itself up and then zoom out unless you actually have that option while you're playing the game. I'd like to think that you do. It spins a little bit, so it doesn't zoom out, but it does spin a little bit. So I don't know if that means that it's going to have a little bit of an animation, but it does spin a little bit. And then here, of course, we've got another screenshot that shows off some of the same things we've seen already, but nothing majorly new, I would say. Watering plants, obviously. Stitches is here. Stitches is back here. And Goldie, it looks like, two of the fan favorite villagers. But that's basically it. I think it was a cool commercial. There was some fun stuff, and we could maybe try to pick things out of this all day and all night. But I think, generally speaking, there's not a whole lot to go over, but it is very exciting to see the game in action. What looks to be running on Nintendo Switch hardware as well, so that's pretty cool. Of course, March 20th is very, very close, and I can't wait for it to come out. I do have my Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing New Horizons Edition pre-ordered, and I've got the game pre-ordered from Target as well. So the console's coming out March 13th, and the game, of course, on the 20th, but that means I'll have 2 copies of the game and 2 Nintendo Switches. We do know that you can only have 1 Switch per town. That's been confirmed by multiple outlets, which is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I think at the very least, it would make sense for every individual cartridge to have its own town, but I don't know why they're doing it the way that they're doing it. So for whatever reason, hopefully maybe they can fix it or patch it or something, but as it is right now, it's not. You're not going to be able to have multiple towns on your Switch. But either way, guys, it's getting closer and closer. I'm going to come back with more videos coming up real soon. So we'll go through some of my old towns and talk about what I was doing in those towns and give a town tour. We'll also discuss some of my favorite stories from Animal Crossing and reminisce about just some of the old school Animal Crossing things that happened years ago that will lead us all the way up to Animal Crossing New Horizons. So thanks guys for stopping by and watching the video today. I really appreciate it. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all those things that YouTube likes, and comment down below your favorite villager. I am putting together a fun little contest that I'll be streaming on Twitch very soon, and I might use your villager if you comment your favorite villager in the comments below. But thanks again, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the Flippity Flip.